Way past cool, huh?
Yeah, I was rather fond of the movie too.
Eggman licks the quill and it makes him go in an electric frenzy.
Hey YouTube, long time no see! Last time I talked about the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I recall calling it the most awesome, mediocre movie ever. Now that the new Sonic movie has come out, I can safely say it is a guaranteed improvement over the original. It's probably recommended to watch the original anyway, just to get to grisps. To get into grasps with the introduction to some of these characters, even though some characters introduced in the first movie don't play as much of a prominent role as they do in the second movie, although some of them do play a bit more of a prominent role. It kind of drags on a bit, and some of them could have had more screen time, but I'll get into that later. Basically, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie, is here, and it is great, and it's finally great to see Sonic finally get his edge right in the movie industry. Is it a perfect film? No, but I guarantee you, for Hollywood standards, this is a fun, family-friendly movie. Well, mostly family-friendly movie, I suppose. The movie starts off from where the first one left off, with Eggman determined to return back to Earth by Christmas. I hate to break it to you, Eggman, but you didn't quite return home by Christmas. How's that for an April Fool's joke? He is marooned on the mushroom planet, even to the point of trying out different mushroom coffee and fantasizing about defeating Sonic. Jim Carrey is brilliant as Eggman. Like, if you listen to him in his interviews, he actually contributes a lot more to his characterization of Dr. Eggman than you would probably think. It's amazing. So he manages to use Sonic's quill and some technology he's gathered to find a way to escape Earth, and a ring portal opens. He almost escapes, and he encounters Knuckles the Echidna. Now, this appearance from Knuckles is particularly interesting because in the previous film, there was a rather intriguing appearance of an Echidna tribe. Yes, for Sonic fans out there, this film goes a bit more in-depth into the lore of the Echidnas, and the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emeralds. The owls, as far as I'm aware, is kind of a new thing, made entirely for the film. Was that a thing in the comics? I'm not a comic fan, so any Sonic comic fans who read those Archie comics, let me know in the comments below if owls made an appearance. And no, I'm not just talking about that strange owl from the Sonic OVA movie. Sonic is enjoying his time on Earth and is trying to be somewhat of a superhero. He has amazing speed, sure, but he's undeniably reckless. His father figure, the Donut Lord, tells him off for this, but still trusts Sonic enough to leave him be whilst he and his fiancée go on a holiday. Sonic is left alone with the dog until he gets an unexpected visit from 3 people. One is a reunion with his opponent, Dr. Eggman, aka Dr. Robotnik.
Papa's got a brand new stash.
Ha! Secondly, we see an appearance from Knuckles the Echidna, voiced by Idris Elba. Knuckles is teaming up with Dr. Eggman because Knuckles and his tribe have a bitter history with Sonic, as well as a need to get the Master Emerald. Knuckles has a grudge against Sonic, suspecting him of trying to interfere with the ultimate power of the Master Emerald, which is important to the Echidna tribe that Knuckles comes from. So Knuckles has teamed up with Eggman in hopes to stop Sonic from acquiring the Master Emerald. For Sonic fans, this game is obviously taking influence from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, in which Sonic and Tails are exploring Angel Island until they encounter a new rival in Knuckles, who is teamed up with Eggman in suspicion of Sonic stealing the Master Emerald, only to reveal that Eggman himself is stealing the Master Emerald, so Knuckles teams up with Sonic and Tails. So anyone who knows about the Sonic games pretty much saw Knuckles eventually teaming up with Sonic coming. But I'm sure for people who are unfamiliar with the Sonic franchise, this rivalry could really spice things up for Sonic. And no, not just with the chili dogs that Sonic loves to eat. Also, I do not intend any kind of racism here, but is it just me, or does Idris Elba's take on Knuckles sound like the Ugandan Knuckles meme.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Do you know the way?
Do you know the way? What do you know the way, my brother?
The way to the Master Emerald. You are interfering with the Master Emerald. Therefore, you shall not interfere with the power of my people. Come, my brother, sing the song of my people.
Oh! No! No, 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 no! We are not doing this! No! No, no, no! No! You dare to mock the song of my people? You are a false idol. I spit on you.
But still, Idris Elba, he's awesome as Knuckles. And the third person that Sonic encounters, much to everyone's delight, is Tails the Fox. And much to the pleasure of Sonic fans, he's voiced by Tails' voice actor from the games! Tails has arrived, albeit slightly late, to tell Sonic that Sonic is in danger and they need to find the Master Emerald because of it. And so the chase is on, with Sonic teaming up with Tails, and Knuckles teaming up with Dr. Eggman, in a race to get the Master Emerald first. What follows is a big adventure with lots of action, lots of friendship, lots of cool moments, lots of questionable moments. Pretty awesome. Though I wouldn't say this movie is way past cool, but I guess it's close enough. This film is a massive improvement over the original because as much as I actually liked the first Sonic movie as kind of a pleasant surprise, especially for the standards of video game adaptations in movies, which usually go horribly wrong. The first Sonic movie was a breath of fresh air, however, it wasn't without its fair share of problems, such as the standard Hollywood cliches of a buddy road trip, and kind of giving off these vibes from the live-action Smurfs movies. Not to mention, the ads were just forced, like, that Olive Garden pandering? Come on! I like food as much as the next person, but come on! You might as well have sold tickets with Olive Garden discount voucher things. But apart from that, I appreciated this Sonic movie as sort of this interesting modern outlook on the origins of Sonic and Dr. Eggman. So it's really great to see some more extended character development for these characters. At the same time though, Sonic 2, for lack of a better word, has a bit of rushed character development. Oh, don't get me wrong, the characters say what they need to say and are there long enough to get the point across about their character development. Yet, I felt like we needed more time spent, especially with Sonic's close companionships, in order to truly let that element of friendship that the movie's trying to get across to the kids really sink in. Like, Sonic having this adventure with a new companion in Tails led to some rather heartwarming moments. Moments of fun, moments of self-sacrifice. It was a great close camaraderie to see on screen, though I wish it was developed a bit further. Because the two, as far as this movie franchise is concerned, have pretty much just met each other within like less than a day or so. And then a few days more, sort of something like that. Though technically Tails was already spying on Sonic, so... Also, there's some kind of indication of a message for the importance of father figures, but we don't really see that much time spent with the Donut Lord himself. So I really wish there was more character time with Tails and Donut Lord. So what does the film do instead to make up for that lost time? Having an extended wedding scene. Yeah, for better or for worse, Donut Lord's live-action human friends make a return, and even though this does involve a rather awesome appearance from the GUN, who are a prominent organization in the Sonic games and lore, that wedding subplot went on for a bit too long. I felt like that could have been cut down a wee bit. Maybe if it was cut a bit shorter, it might have actually made that wedding subplot a lot funnier, because it's interesting how this movie and this franchise depicts these human characters who are debatably more cartoony than the cartoon characters, especially with Jim Carrey. So, a lack of character development and that particular wedding subplot that went on for a bit too long kind of dragged the film down a bit. But everything else was really enjoyable. There's less pandering to Hollywood cliches and more loving homages to the Sonic games, like the aesthetic of some of the areas they go to, Sonic snowboarding down an icy mountain in reference to Ice Cap Zone, Sonic sliding down a waterfall in reference to the Lost Labyrinth Zone in the first game, everything about the Master Emerald, which harkens back to the Sonic lore, how Sonic is afraid of swimming and how that ties into much of the tension in the film. The film delves into Knuckles' upbringing, arguably a lot more than most of the mainstream Sonic games do. Debatably. And one could argue that these depictions of these characters are not exactly the same as in the games, but they use just enough creative liberties combined with similarities to let you know who these characters are and have a bit of fun with these characters within the context of this movie. For example, Knuckles is quite passionate about his people, yet kind of similar to Blaze the Cat in Sonic Rush, Knuckles has never really taken the time to have some fun or learn deeper aspects about friendship. This is starting to sound like a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic sermon. Sonic's characterization might be slightly odd in a little sense, because in the first Sonic movie, despite being quite confident, he did suffer from immense loneliness. Something I find slightly odd given how confident he made himself in the first film. Maybe that just came from him being a troublemaker. There's a lot of great quirky liners like Knuckles saying, "I have been training all my life to defeat you," and Sonic says, "And I haven't been training at all. Must be more embarrassing for you." Okay, I just remembered how cartoonish the human characters can get. It's so funny how cartoonish the humans can actually be in this movie. There's several scenes that are just so kind of over the top. I just couldn't help but laugh at how silly it was in an enjoyable way. Like, there's a scene where this kid is open-mouthed as to what Sonic has achieved in his heroic attempts. And, you know, he's holding an ice cream scoop, a double ice cream scoop. You expect that cliche of just the ice cream scoop to just kind of slop off. But in the movie, the ice cream scoop doesn't just slop off. It literally flings off. It's sprung off to its own accord. Like, there was this one person waiting for a little string and they just tugged the ice cream scoop up with a bit more effort than needed. And there's another scene where Sonic and Tails enter this pub in was it like Siberia? And all these people are looking at them very menacingly, including this granny who seems to be at first, but then has a skull and crossbones knitting. And then there's this man who cuts off a fish's head. The fish's head tumbles towards Sonic and Tails, and it just... and then the fish head says, "Run!" Moments like that are just so silly. I can't help but laugh at them. Perhaps it was intentional, perhaps it was not. Also, great dancing from both the humans and Sonic and Tails. I want to see more dance-offs. Although, Sonic, I dare you to do a dance-off or dance of some kind that doesn't involve the floss. Maybe it's because I can do most dances but not the floss. Some may argue that the humans are a bit of a mixed bag, but on the whole, most of the characters are quite enjoyable. Like I said earlier, there's an awesome appearance from members of the GUN organization. Back in the Green Hills Zone, there's this really weird police detective man. There's a really particularly weird scene where he breaks into the coffee pub transformed into Eggman lair run by Dr. Stone, whom, let's all admit it, is pretty much the Sonic Universe equivalent of Mr. Smithers. And it looks like he's arresting him, but he talks about something about a plastic bagel. It's weird. Also, minor spoilers now, there's a scene in which Sonic and Tails are trying to get Donut Lord to get them out of an avalanche by opening up a ring portal. When they arrive at the wedding scene, the GUN arrive as if they were expecting Sonic and Tails to be there. What? How? Did you, talk with a fortune teller or something? How did they know Sonic and Tails would be there? That's so weird. And how did they know it would be that location, if anything? I mean, obviously, I think they probably have tabs on Donut Lord for his involvement with Sonic in the previous movie, I guess. Though, without debate, the most cartoonish human of them all is Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, and once again, he steals the show with his very rubbery, energetic style of acting. Honestly, half of the jokes from Robotnik just come from how energetic he is. Like, seriously, I think this is the most fun Jim Carrey has had with a role for quite some time. You just look at him in every scene, you can tell Jim Carrey seems to be having the time of his life, and for someone who's, 60 now? He's still moving really well and energetically. That's what happens when you move about and roll out and do energetic stuff. There's even a scene where he and Knuckles are avoiding the booby traps of the place near the Master Emerald. And it's just so fun to see this CGI character work together with this Looney Tune of a person who's not even an animated cartoon character. It's just Jim Carrey. Where are my manners? Major spoilers from this point onwards. I think the finale is awesome. You have Sonic and Knuckles fighting it out. Eggman betrays Knuckles and grabs the Master Emerald, basically becoming this godlike person who can transform thoughts into power, just like as it's established in the Sonic lore. Yes, even Sonic 06. Jim Carrey must have had so much fun with that synthesized voice. It was so awesome to see a scene where Sonic saves Knuckles' life, even though Knuckles is underwater, so Sonic has to conquer his fear of water just to selflessly save this person who's been his rival this whole time, and Sonic nearly drowns only for Knuckles to help him. That scene was great. And there's a heartfelt moment where Knuckles asks Sonic, how come you helped me, and how come you kept going even though I beat you again and again and again and again? It's kind of humorous, but also kind of heartfelt. And there's this awesome finale where Eggman uses the power of the Master Emerald to gather all kinds of metal to form this large Death Egg robot, which, if you were paying attention, I think he's probably been planning for a long time. I think in Sonic 1 he walked like zzz, 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 zzz. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but that might have been Eggman thinking about his Death Egg robot right there and then. But maybe I'm looking too much into it. And of course, Dr. Stone comes with him, complete with Sega-style instruction manuals for the robot. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles have this awesome fight with Eggman. All of them use their abilities in really awesome ways. I found it interesting that when the Master Emerald was broken, the Chaos Emeralds were stacked inside. I think, okay, that's kind of an original thing for the movie. But fortunately, after the fight, Knuckles is able to put the Master Emerald back again without the need of the Chaos Emerald, so neat. Also, we got to see Super Sonic, yes! And after the fight, Sonic willingly gives away the power of the Chaos Emerald, kind of like how he would in the game, but here it's a bit more established as to why he gives the Chaos Emerald away, because he doesn't need that power excessively. He only needs the power to defend those he loves. There's even a funny gag that Knuckles says, "Stay back, he's no longer the Hedgehog you knew," only for Sonic to summon chili dogs, and it lands on Knuckles' face. Okay, he is the same Sonic. There was this awesome fight between Super Sonic and Eggman, ending with Jim Carrey Eggman falling off his Death Egg robot saying, "Later, haters! Later, haters!" That's the best way to go out. That's the best way to go out until the next movie. I like that scene of Knuckles having fun with the baseball game. That was quite fun indeed. But what happened in the mid-credits scene? Yes! They're gonna do it! They're gonna do it! They're gonna do it! I'm so happy! I'm so happy! Basically, Dr. Stone disguises himself as the GUN men as they search around the premises, and then the head of the GUN gets word from a colleague that this plan from 50 years ago has been tampered with. 50 years ago? Could it be? Yes! Project Shadow! We see Shadow the Hedgehog awaken from his slumber, open his eyes. They're gonna do it! Yes! Yes! They're going to adapt my favorite Sonic game! Okay, given what we've seen from the Sonic movie franchise so far, it's probably not gonna be a perfect adaptation, but it's gonna be so great! I should make an analysis of Sonic Adventure 2 sometime. I love that game so much. It's one of my favorite video games of all time, as well as my top favorite Sonic game. That sets the bar high, doesn't it?
Can feel life moving through your mind. Ooh, looks like you came back for more. Yeah, can feel time slipping down your spine. Ooh, you try to ignore. Yeah, but you can hardly swallow. Your teeth can't bear, and you can't help but follow. Put you right back where you came. Bow, wow, boom, live and learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn from the works of yesterday. Live and learn. If you beg or if you borrow, live and learn. You may never find your way. Wow. As you can tell, I'm very, very happy. Cue another one of my favorite Sonic songs to end the video.
Later, haters!
This is my escape. I'm running through this world and I'm not looking back.
Oh yeah, I forgot to rate the movie. 9 out of 12, 8.5 out of 12.
I know I can go where no one's ever gone and I'm not looking back. But how will I know when I get there? And how will I know when to leave? We've all gotta start from somewhere, and it's right there for me. The possibilities are never ending. I see it, and now it's all within my reach. Possibility. I see it now. It's always been inside.